Hello, everybody. I'm Jake, and I have John, Dominic, and the ghost of Lou. Actually, if you want to look over, you can just see down there. Actually, John, you're my live control room guy. Let's bring that camera up and show everybody Lou's amazing nature B-roll on. Yes, he has two computers in this room. Can you do it? Are you doing it? I want everyone to see how B-rolly this B-roll is.
It's not letting me switch to just his camera.
What?
I don't know how to do that.
Can you only turn him off? Oh, I don't know. I don't know either. Anyways, screw it. You guys can see down there. So we are celebrating, and please, by the way, tweet this out since it just started. We are celebrating the end of an era in sports talk radio / Sports Center, and that is the end of Deflategate. Deflategate has ended. We never have to talk about balls and their inflation ever again, probably.
Hallelujah.
Especially in regards to Tom Brady. And so to commemorate this event, if you guys didn't catch the very first episode, or was it the second? I don't remember. We talked about Tom Brady's shitty cookbook because he's a woo-woo bananas, vegan, paleo fucker, and he doesn't. he eats crazy shit, and it's all terrible. Like his kids, as a treat, are allowed tomatoes. I'm not making that up. That is a treat in the Brady home. That's a treat for Tom and Giselle as well.
What are those kids going to do when they get out of the house and realize they can buy and eat candy?
No, they're going to rape. They're just going to be weird rapers. So to commemorate that, all of us have made something that might be on Tom Brady, because we're not spending $150 on his fucking cookbook, something that might be in Tom Brady's cookbook. So I made a vegetarian sloppy Joe that I'm going to name a Tidy Jose, because it's not very sloppy at all. It's lentils and shit.
Looks delicious.
Do I have to take a bite of it now, or are we going around?
I think we introduce him first.
I don't know that I can even eat what I made.
All right, John, what did you make? We're stalling for Lou, by the way, who is, by the way, he's actively making his meal. You'll see what it is, but he's boiling noodles for it, like gluten-free noodles or some shit. Anyways, John, what do you got?
So I'm sort of convinced that maybe the person that put this out was a troll. Well, this is just a burger that I had to have so that I could have something with some substance. Because this is sautéed quinoa and kale with garlic, and it's sautéed in coconut oil, and that's the entirety of it. And
that's it? And no salt or anything?
No. Those were the only ingredients. And
where'd you get this recipe?
Is no flavor. I tried to find recipes from this cookbook, and clearly they're doing a good job of scouring them. And I saw one that it's out of, I think it was the Women's Health magazine. I found it online, and this was one of the things, and it wasn't. It's not.
Oh, do you get a sex noises from Lou's dish? Lou, give us I want you to put that right next to the mic and give us a little sound of. Let's hear it.
Sauteed bullshit is right, Rock Soldier.
Yeah.
Shh, quiet. No, put it down, and I just want to hear, just like jiggle it.
It's not just falling off the fork.
Oh God, jiggle it around. I want to hear it. Give me some.
Here, let me give it to you from here. Let me give it to you from behind.
Hold on a sec, CJ. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay, so Lou, since you came in and we had to do sex noises, I'm cutting Lou or Dom off for a second. You tell us what you made, because it looks awful, and you described it, and it sounds just terrible.
So I'm sorry for being late, guys. I got home a little late from yoga. So
don't fucking
look at that. I did a humble brag and emasculated myself at the same time. I would be a perfect YouTube third-wave feminist. I'd be great at that.
There it is.
He brought it up. Jesus Christ.
I didn't name names. Shut up. What this is that I found from a leaked copy of Tom Brady's cookbook. Allegedly, this is from it. There's no pictures or publication, so I can't tell. This is, but it lines up with all the bullshit that it lays out in the opening chapter.
It wasn't just me.
This is vegan, macaroni, and cheese. And,
okay, so what's the cheese made of?
So the cheese, I went and got a 1/4 pound of unsalted almonds and cashews and a little bit of garlic and maybe a fifth of an onion.
That's not what cheese is. That's not what cheese is at all.
You just puree the shit out of it. You just put it into a food processor and process the shit out of it. I actually haven't taken a bite yet.
What's it smell like? That sounds like it just smells like.
It doesn't smell like anything. It just smells like. It doesn't really have a smell. Well, because if you've ever smelled
amazing,
like it smells like gluten-free wheat pasta. It just has that like, oh, okay, no, I'm not really hungry, but okay, I'll try. Okay, has that taste or that smell. But I have not actually taken a bite yet.
All right, we're holding off until Dominic tells us.
It sticks to the fork.
Fucking gross. It just sounds disgusting.
Why is that sticking to the fork?
Because you basically made almond butter and put it on pasta, you fool.
That's what it is. It's almond butter.
Dominic, tell us what you have so that I can eat this tidy Jose.
So it's
what is that? Wait, did you pick up the whole thing?
Yeah, here it is. So this is
my 7-Eleven pizza.
Supposedly a pancake, but it replaces the flour with whey protein.
Oh, is that Tom Brady's protein pancake?
Yes, it is. Now the thing they don't tell you
is in the pancake, Lou.
That sounds like that actually sounds like either a wrestling finisher move or like a sexual position.
Right.
It could be
the protein pancake.
That's when you come on someone else's belly and then you guys like just slap bellies together.
Hey, my grandma watches this show. Don't say come.
Grandma,
my dad's watching it right now.
Jizz, Grandma.
But anyhow,
thank you.
Anyhow, so the thing
is also acceptable
about protein powder is it smells like death when you cook it. So now, my room is just radiated with this god-awful smell that's just like sickly sweet, and it is so disgusting.
That sounds terrible.
But here's the other thing. So when you read that recipe, you have to also remember you're replacing 1 egg and flour with 5 eggs.
Yeah. It's just an egg, right? With protein powder.
No, actually, I cut down on the eggs to make it less appetizing because I was like, I don't want this to just be scrambled eggs. I want to actually get something out of this.
So so the recipe was 5 eggs, right?
So how many did you use?
I used 2.
2 eggs and the same amount of whey protein?
No, I cut back on everything.
Oh, so you scaled all of it back to.
Yeah,
okay,
but not
I
like I didn't scale it the same rate.
eggs.
Yeah, I used like 1/8 of a cup of oil and stuff like that.
Okay, all right. Everybody take a bite of your shit.
So right, I'm at a minute 45 and this hasn't fallen off the fork upside down yet. Upside down. I'm at a minute 50.
Okay, let's just eat it.
I'm gonna take a bite in 2 minutes.
Well, I'm taking a bite now.
Oh.
Okay, I'm an American man.
Oh.
This is not. This is not how.
That's not food, Tom.
Nope.
Tom Brady.
Tom. It's okay if you want to do this to yourself. Don't tell other people. Don't charge other people to then tell them to do this.
I bought lentils for this. That's not.
Ugh.
They told me to replace Worcestershire with vegan Worcestershire sauce. I couldn't find it. Go figure.
Oh.
So
cheese is one of those things that shouldn't be made vegan. Like there shouldn't be vegan cow's blood. You know, like that shouldn't be a thing that they should try to imitate. You know what this feels like? Whenever me and my girlfriend go to like foreign or exotic. When we go to foreign or exotic, really shitty third world places like other countries like San Francisco, and whenever we see them try to make our food, like, hey, welcome to Cleveland, try our Mexican food. No, make me what you make. Don't try to make what I make.
Hold on.
Make me vegan food. Make me vegetable soup. Don't make me mac and cheese. Ugh, don't make me this, Tom.
So. Mine tastes like a sponge.
Like that you clean with, or a sea sponge?
Like that you clean with. Like it's just moist.
You got some brackish like salt in your mouth from it?
No. It's just wet and like really. I don't know if you can see this, but like really.
Oh wow, that is way more pulley than I thought it would be.
Yeah, look at that.
Given that it's made of egg.
It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Lou, are you going to town on that still? I keep hearing sex noises.
I didn't have lunch. You know what this tastes like for me? Like, have you guys ever like seen a woman who looks decent, or in Dom's case, a 12-year-old Filipino boy? Like, have y'all ever seen one that looks decent and you're like gonna approach her and you're like, hey, what's going on? Okay, all right, I got this. I'm good. Oh, hey, look, she's into the blah blah blahs. I'm into the blah blah blahs too. And you get up, you say hi, and just boosh, just her breath is horrific, or like she has the biggest nose in the world, or she's missing 12 teeth, or just something horrible.
You're our George Costanza.
That's what this is. This is awful.
Oh,
Do you have sugar packets in your wallet, Lou?
No, I'm far too cool to have ever seen Seinfeld, so I don't get the reference.
Well, here's the thing, though. You've eaten more than one bite of that bullshit. So what does that say about you? Hey, so guess what?
Yours is just shitty. What? What am I guessing?
What?
Well, I'm kind of excited about some news that came out today.
You are?
You guys want to talk about some sports at any point?
Well, I feel like I already have to take a shit, so I'm putting this down.
I think Tom Brady's vegan habits is very much more interesting than sports. That's what you guys came to hear, right in the chat?
Hey, by the way, Mr. Patriot 12 says that he doesn't think that Tom Brady is allowed whey protein, so you screwed the pooch on that one, Dom.
Oh, no.
That's bullshit. No, that's bullshit. I got it right from the book. It's one of the sample recipes he gives out.
Okay. Well, maybe the Patriot was wrong then, but, you know, he has Patriot in his username, so I immediately trusted every word he said.
All right, so what's the news that you wanted to ham-fistedly shove our way?
Well, hey, I'm okay with being ham-fisted sometimes, especially when it gives me the opportunity to find out an opinion of Lou's.
Oh, fuck. Go ahead.
Arian Foster, Lou. What do you think?
Arian Foster's, for those who are unaware, is signing a one-year deal with the Miami Dolphins instead of my Detroit Lions, which I guess is fine. I'm just a fan of his game, and if he could stay healthy, he's fucking amazing. But Lou doesn't like Arian Foster, and he's a Texans fan.
I got no beef with Arian. I got no beef with Arian. I mean, John, look, if you're looking for a guy to be active for a good 4 games out of the 16-game regular season, if you're looking for a quality third-string running back for those 4 games he's going to be active this year, from a guy who can't feel anything on his left leg below the knee, man, you got the right guy. You absolutely got the right guy for that. I mean, you nailed it. Good job, Miami.
Wow.
If he stays healthy, he rushes for 1,200 yards. And
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to see him do 1,500 all-purpose yards and score 12 touchdowns this year. I don't see it happening.
Are you okay? I think. Are you grabbing him in fantasy in the first 5 rounds?
Me?
Anyone? I'm asking.
I'd take him as a 5th-round pick.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't take him last year. And I think, what was it? We had a guy, Kyle, in the league last year. I think he took Arian, and it worked out for him for like 3 weeks. Or it was a great pick for 3 weeks. But then, Lou, you grabbed what was his name? The Freeman, right?
Yeah, I picked up Devontae Freeman.
Devontae, that's his name. Yeah, and then you dropped Todd Gurley.
Yep.
I'm not going to let you forget that because he's my keeper for the next 5 years.
No, but Todd Gurley, and we'll talk about it later, stay off my turf, Todd Gurley. I've got the Mozgov gimmick. Lay off, all right?
Oh, that's right. He tweeted it. So, Lou, are you if you're in like you need one running back left. We're in like the 8th, 9th, 10th round. Are you taking Arian Foster at all on your fantasy team?
Has Mike Allstott come out of retirement and is still available on the board?
He is not available.
Okay. Has Ray Rice been forgiven by the NFL and he's still on the board?
No. So you're putting Arian Foster up with Ray Rice.
No, I'm putting Ray Rice far above Arian Foster. Ray Rice is coming off of hitting his wife, not off of a torn Achilles. I don't give a shit if you hit your wife. That has nothing to do with how fast you run.
If you hit your wife.
Okay? If both guys...
I want that on a t-shirt out of context with your face underneath it.
I don't give a shit if you hit your wife. It matters how fast you can run a ball when it comes to fantasy football. You think there's anybody in 1997 who was like, oh, I don't know if I want to draft Michael Irvin. I heard he does drugs. That's not good. No, bitch, he's going to go out for 14 touchdowns and 1,500 yards. You fucking pick him.
Yeah, but drugs are awesome.
I'm taking Ray Rice over. Oh yeah, and who is that in our chat? One of the guys in our chat seems to think that cocaine is a performance-enhancing drug in UFC. You know who you are. No, I don't. I'm not taking Arian over a guy who's not coming off of a torn Achilles. So he's John, not even. Here's the better question, John. Is he going to start for your Miami Dolphins? Do you see that? I do not.
Here's the thing. So CJ Carbone said in the chat here, needs an O-line, but Tunsil will help. I agree 100%. And the thing is, I think they're already working on the line anyway because they're trying to continue to build around Tannehill. But I don't think that we can rely on Tannehill to throw the ball 40 to 50 times a game. And if Arian Foster can stay healthy, he's the kind of back that I think can be a workhorse.
I disagree that he can't throw 40 to 50 times a game only because 10 to 15 of those passes could be to Arian Foster out of the flats, and that would go just fine. As long as his knee stays intact, you could count on Tannehill for that kind of production.
Hey, guess what? I'll take it.
I know.
That's good production.
Yeah,
that's great efficiency.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to see the preseason how that goes. Honestly, I know
realistically, John, what is his timetable? I mean, he tore his Achilles in week, I believe, 7 last year.
Oh, he's available now. He can play right now.
He says he can play right now.
Yeah, according to him and his trainer.
Terrell Suggs, the biggest freak of nature in the NFL for 15 years, had to take off 10 months. I don't see Arian being ready to go. And last time Arian rushed back from an injury, this happened. Because remember, he started on the bench the first 4 games of last year.
All we can do, though, is trust him and his trainer that they're making the right decisions for his career.
And worst-case scenario, you just got a possibly... It's basically a $1 million scratch-off ticket where you're either going to win your money back just by ticket prices and jersey sales and shit, or you're going to win the fucking, win the biggest prize that the scratch-offs have. I don't play scratch-offs. I also don't smoke Newports, so I don't know how those work. But he's going to be either great or everything we think he's going to be.
All right. So
he's not going to be an average running back next year. He could be in 2 years, but he's still young. He's in his 20s still. So he could be really, really amazing. Dominic, did you want to say something? Did people want you to speak? I know your friends are down here in the chat, and they're all garbage.
And Blackie Chan are all my buddies.
Yeah, and Blackie Chan's exactly right with this being a shot in the dark.
Hey, by the way, if you guys have any form of social media, if you get 25 people in the live show, which obviously will grow over time, but the first time we hit 25, Lou is going to show us his tits.
One of them. One.
Okay, well, I'll show one too. Well, I'll show a tit.
It's nips for 25.
I don't. That's legal for me.
I thought it was tits for 25.
Oh no, nips for 25. Nips.
You've got your tits for 10,000 for Hugo's Twitter.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's what it is.
So
tits for 10,000 and nips for 25.
Yeah, I just wanted to do some stat regurgitating because that's what I was doing the past 2 minutes.
Don't say regurgitate right now.
Anyhow,
I feel really bad all of a sudden.
Tannehill threw for basically 62% last season. 363 completions out of 586 attempts. So I don't know if he can be counted on to pass as many times as you guys want him to, as well as that I don't fully trust Arian Foster's judgment at all. And I
don't trust Arian Foster's judgment. Arian Foster's judgment is what made him a star with the Texans. That zone running scheme that he ran with Kubiak, every play was dependent on him choosing the hole. It wasn't, okay, you're going to run through the A gap or through the 2 gap or through the 4 gap. It was, okay, take a look and see, is the 4 or the 6 open? Which one are you going to run through? It was his decision every play.
He's a one-cut runner.
Yeah.
But he's very good at it.
Yes, he is. I wasn't referring to game decision-making skills at all. I think he's got a fantastic game sense. But the problem is, I don't know if I don't know if it's a maturity thing or a confidence thing, but who said it? John. He was on the bench until Game 4, and then came back and then tore his Achilles, and so I don't know if he's going to make the right decisions. I don't know if he's fully healthy, even if he doesn't re-injure himself, if he's going to be playing at 100%. It's a shot in the dark. It really is, like my buddy Mal said.
Yeah, Tannehill is just not great. I feel like he's Chad Pennington that can run a little. When I look at him, he's sometimes he makes an awesome throw to Jarvis Landry or whoever, and it's just kind of, I don't know, he's just unspectacular in every way you can imagine, but occasionally he makes a good play. It's I don't know. I would not be comfortable with him as my quarterback. I do like the idea of Arian Foster being relegated to just third down running back though.
Yeah, me too.
Because if he could play the Theo Riddick style role, he could come out of this season with 75 receptions, no problem, in limited work, and that's totally fine. I think every single person on the planet would be happy with that kind of production from Arian Foster on their team. So.
Let me pose it to you this way, John. Would you rather have Arian Foster for $1 million, or would you rather have Lamar Miller back and have him at $17 million?
Ugh. That was a nice trade you guys made, by the way.
I would take the gamble on Foster because I think Jay Ajayi can be developed into a good first and second down running back.
Wow, you are saltier at Lamar Miller than I am at Arian Foster. Wow.
Oh, is that what it is? Or is it just that I think Jay Ajayi can take up that mantle?
I think Jay Ajayi is a good
There's no saltiness here, Lou.
I don't know if he's...
I had to remove all the salt because Tom Brady apparently doesn't eat it.
Hey-oh! Hey, yeah, what is up with this shit? I don't understand.
And Jake, I had to make sure, in my banner that we do still talk about Tom Brady's balls a little bit.
Oh God. I don't want to talk about Tom Brady's balls whatsoever.
All right.
They're probably I bet he doesn't even get salty when he sweats.
he probably when he sweats he probably smells like Febreze. It probably freshens the room as he sweats.
He looks like
antibody odor.
He looks like he smells like Stetson is the name, the aftershave. He looks like he just always smells like that, no matter when he's no matter what part of his day it is.
Stetson.
Just always Stetson.
You know what Tom Brady?
Aqua Velva.
The expression that Tom Brady always has on his face. He looks like you would go on a road trip with him, and even as an adult, he would go, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" He just looks so bored with everything that he does in life. I don't know if it's just because he excels at everything, or if he's just been handed everything since he was 22. Don't know. He just looks bored.
I feel like Tom Brady's the type of guy that washes his hands with hand sanitizer viciously right after someone shakes his hand. I could see that.
Oh, yeah, I'm certain he's super OCD.
And he washes his hand in the bathroom, and then he uses the towel from the bathroom to open the door, and then bank shots the towel back into the trash can like a douche. That guy?
Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see
the
that.
corner.
Yes.
Does he call the bank, though? He would, wouldn't he? Yeah. Bank's open. Fucking Tom Brady. So he's definitely suspended for 4 games, the first 4, and those 4 are against the Cardinals, the Dolphins, the Texans, and the Bills. 2 of you are winners. John and Lou both win. They only have to face Jimmy Garoppolo. How do you guys feel about this? Does this really affect the AFC East, or is it no big deal? Are they going to win it anyway? Does it not matter?
As I talked about the show that came out yesterday, I think the Patriots and the Bills are battling for first and second, and the Miami Dolphins and the Jets are just going to fight it out to see who can be the basement dwellers.
If Geno Smith is their quarterback,
Dolphins. Let's face it.
if Geno Smith's their quarterback, the Dolphins have no excuse. They should beat the Jets.
That is a good point.
Yeah, I mean, here's the way I look at it. Everybody, of course, is making a big deal out of. You've obviously got 3 AFC games there that he's going to miss, 2 of which are division games on the road. At home. 2 division games at home that he's going to miss. But let's say the Patriots. You know what? Let's say they lose all 4 of those first 4 games that he's out, and then let's say for the remaining 12 they go. You know, for the season they go 9-7. John, being the AFC East guy here, looking at the AFC East, is there a 10-win? Assuming the Patriots only win 9 games, is there a 10-win team in that division? I don't see it.
The Bills could get real close.
I could see, the Bills are the only team I'd have any confidence at pushing 10, and I think if the Patriots are a 9-win team, then the Bills are probably an 8-win team or a 9-win team, and the Dolphins are probably a 4-win team, and the Jets, who the hell knows? Because
the Jets are completely they're my crapshoot. I have no idea. The Jets could go out and win 11 games, or they could go out and win 3. I have no idea.
So that's the thing. So C.J. Carbone, the guy's hitting it on the head. Maybe it's just because he's an AFC Easter, and that makes me happy. If Fitzpatrick starts, then Miami's going to be the 4th place team this year. I've already got that stuck in my head. If Fitzpatrick ends up starting for the Jets in any, then I already think they're better than Miami.
I love that you guys went and took Ndamukong Suh from us, and it worked exactly how I thought it would. Which is not. It did not work. Like, I was telling people during that, like, people kept tweeting me, Jake, how do you feel about Ndamukong Suh? He's probably going to leave. I don't want his ass back for that much money. That's so much money to spend on a football player, on one football player. No way. Let him go. Do not care. Frankly, we could have traded him the year before and gotten bajillion draft picks, and that would have made me just peachy. But, yeah, he's just no good for that position. They're running this weird nose tackle business with him, and it just doesn't make sense. He should be playing on the end more often, but also if you're playing in that style defense, there's no way he's going to get to the quarterback that much because there's more linemen.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Rock Soldier 97 makes a comment in the chat. He says that Sue is the new Albert Hainsworth. No, Ndamukong Suh crushes people's nutsacks with his foot, not their spinal columns with his Ferrari. Okay, that's not how that works. Not even close to the same guy.
Man.
It was all about the mic drop recently.
Yeah, I just like talking about people how I'm better than them. That's all.
To be fair, Ndamukong Suh would crush you in a second.
I'm better than Albert Hainsworth, not Ndamukong Suh.
You're clearly better than Albert Hainsworth. You're probably a better football player than Albert Hainsworth is now.
Albert Hainsworth's Ferrari is a better football player than Albert Hainsworth.
Yeah,
he is. That Honda Civic he ran into didn't get 1 more yard. Stop that guy in his tracks.
It might even be backward progress, man.
So hit him in the backfield.
So another question: since in our fantasy league we run 2 quarterbacks, are we grabbing a Jimmy Garoppolo in the first 4 weeks? Anybody?
No.
Because we are, and to pull the curtain back a little bit, because we are a skill position heavy league, and we penalize quarterbacks a little bit.
The quarterbacks were the biggest point producers on our teams by far. I think.
Well, because we had 2 of them.
I had Antonio Brown, and he scored less than Drew Brees.
Well, okay, but regardless, it depends on your strategy of how you go. The way I'm going to go and load up wide receiver early, no, Garoppolo is not worth a draft pick for me because, 1, quarterbacks don't do a tremendous amount in our league, and for them to do a tremendous amount in our league, they've got to be a Drew Brees or an Eli Manning who's going to throw 20 touchdowns a year. It can't, or an Aaron Rodgers. It can't be a guy who's going to go out there and throw for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's not going to get you anywhere in our league.
I'm really glad that you are not valuing the quarterbacks like you should, but because you're in the league against me. No, I'm saying obviously Garoppolo is not going to be a top pick in our draft no matter what happens. I'm saying he's starting on the Patriots. Against the Cardinals, Dolphins, Texans, Bills. Those are decent matchups. I think the Cardinals is probably the worst one.
Texans are one of the best pass rushes in the NFL now. They're one of the best pass rushes in the AFC.
Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney's knee is not going to last.
No, but we
or
have
his
that
braids.
but we have that untouchable God man who can go out and release the same exact shoe that Steph Curry did. He just put a little bit of red on the side, and everybody thinks it's fucking great because he's so good. J.J. Watt.
Terrible. J.J. Watt's garbage.
J.J. Watt's not terrible.
No, he's a garbage human. I don't care.
I was about to say,
he's terrible. I would no. He's a fantastic football player. He's probably the best defensive lineman ever if he keeps up. I mean, if he keeps up the pace, obviously. But he, technique-wise and just dominance-wise, he's been fucking ridiculous since he's been in the league. But I hate him. And if he got face cancer tomorrow, I would not shed a tear.
I wouldn't either.
I'm just saying,
his ass
like
is
last pick of your draft, is Jimmy Garoppolo worth picking up? Because he's going to be starting for sure, and he's not like, Brian Hoyer.
Is Arian Foster still available?
Wow, see? That's what I'm saying. Like when I think about who
full circle
bottom tier quarterbacks were last season, I mean, you're talking Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, guys that just don't produce fantasy numbers. Garoppolo might be a better call. If only for 4 weeks. And by the way, if you're picking your quarterback with your last pick in the draft anyways, you don't have a very good backup quarterback, so it doesn't really matter because you're starting two anyways. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting to talk about. Also, are you guys picking up RG3 at all? Because he's playing for the Browns now. No. That's super weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so one of us is going to have him on our team no matter what because there's 30 total quarterbacks in play because there's 10 teams, 3 allowed on each team. So. Yeah. Two starters are always in rotation. Do you start RG3 at all, ever, throughout the whole year?
Mind if I cut in?
Yeah, I do not mind if you start talking.
I just... Why is RG3 in... He's not... He for one thing, he's never, ever, ever going to be healthy. And I've just accepted that now. Like, he's just not.
Yeah.
Secondly... if I was to, get a draft pick quarterback, it's not going to be him. I mean, there are so many better options just across the board, honestly. No matter what period I'd pick him up in,
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. He's just not. I don't know, not great. Who else is? They have Cody Kessler, Josh McCown, and Austin Davis on the roster right now. I'm going to assume it's going to be Griffin and Josh McCown on the active roster.
Yeah.
If Josh McCown survives the season,
that's why I'm thinking they might keep Cody Kessler on the active roster as well, because there's odds are the rookie's going to get some playing time, and then Austin Davis is just garbage. I don't know how he made.
Josh McCown is like John McClane from Die Hard said, man, fuck saving the world. I'm going to go try and be a quarterback. Right. But he's not very good, and he just keeps getting hit by helicopters every week on the field.
Now, RG3... Now,
if you want to talk Brown quarterbacks,
yeah,
right there, baby.
Your Manziel jersey, garbage.
You're wearing it backward.
Now, RG3 does have Gary Barnidge to pass to. He will also have Duke Johnson, who is a good pass catcher. He'll have Isaiah Crowell, who's your bell cow. And then they got that wide receiver. What's his name?
Let me look him up.
What's the guy? Oh, they also have Terrell Pryor, but Oh, Josh Gordon, I think, is suspended for the whole year, isn't he?
Yeah, it's up in the air. He's going through the appeal process, and it's kind of.
Yeah. Oh, Corey Coleman from Baylor. He was the guy.
Yeah.
He could be a pretty good one. But other than that, I'm looking at Andrew Hawkins. They don't really have wide receivers.
I'll tell you when I recognize a name. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I'll just say all that's on their roster right now, who probably won't be on the final roster, let's be real. Corey Coleman, Taylor Gabriel, Rennell Hall, Andrew Hawkins, who I do recognize, but I didn't know he was 5'7" in his 6th year out of Toledo. Rashard Higgins, Darius Jennings, Ricardo Lewis, Marlon Moore, Dennis Parks, Jordan Payton, and the only reason I know Terrell Pryor is because he was at Ohio State, and I'm a Michigan fan. So, yeah, they don't have anybody there. So he's got Gary Barnidge and Duke Johnson Jr., and then maybe the rookie Coleman will work out.
Not nearly enough to offset the...
Yeah.
what
It
else
sounds
is
like
going on.
It
honestly.
sounds like they're trying out a bunch of their special teams guys and practice squad guys.
Yeah,
Hopefully they find something good out of there. Hopefully
they might they might sign some vet somewhere.
I mean, a good field goal kicker wins games. That's just a fact. But will they have enough weapons on the field that put enough points to make it close?
No. No, Kuntz is an all right kicker, but they're never in range to have him.
Exactly.
Kuntz can't make 74-yard field goals 8 times a game.
Right.
So
Now, Andy Lee, if we had punters, I would pick up Andy Lee in the first fucking round in our fantasy draft.
You just said Cleveland is going to be the Super Bowl 51 chance. Patriot, shut up.
Maybe if they would have kept Johnny Manziel.
No, stop.
Oh, God. Anyways, and Travis Benjamin went to San Diego, which may be a decent pickup if you still have faith in Phillip Rivers and the Chargers, which I am not sure I do. I'm not confident in that pick.
I've never been confident with the Chargers. I don't think maybe it's just
because
I'm
wonky and has 50 kids, right?
Yeah,
he's
kids. One of them guys that's like. Remember what are those trash reality TV shows about the family that's really religious and has all the kids?
Oh, the one where he touched the Duggars.
Yeah.
Where he touched the kids?
Yeah.
Because he's a garbage human being?
Yeah. It's like that minus the sexual assault.
Well,
maybe we don't know. A lot of scandals have broken regarding NFL players, so it's all up in the
Phillip
air.
Rivers diddling kids is the next thing we need. Do you think he diddles kids sidearmed? Anyways, don't talk about it.
I hope not, because he should be good at something, and if he does it like that, he'll be good at nothing.
Oh. So one more thing that was on the docket was
at least be a decent child molester. I mean, come on.
Right. You guys wanted to talk about UFC 200. I know all three of you are fans. I'm not very much. But apparently, Cormier got paid like $500,000 less. Like Dana White pretty much lied to him.
Yeah.
Although I'm from what it looks like, it seems like maybe Dana White genuinely meant it, and then found out later he couldn't. And then also Brock Lesnar made more than him, right? And Mark Hunt.
Yeah. And Mark. So
you've got a lot of different topics there. You've got a ton of different things.
Mind if I take the lead off, Lou?
Yeah, I was just going to say, just separate it into these 3 issues. We'll talk.
So I've been following this whole Hunt-Lesnar little spat going on, and ever since the positive on the test, Hunt has been vying for not only half of Lesnar's purse, but now that the steroid test went up, his entire one. So I believe he started the hashtag cheater deserved nada, which was briefly trending.
Yeah, John Jones is out for 2 years, right?
Well, they haven't gone through the B sample and everything yet. That'll take another 20 days.
It's an ongoing process.
It's all, but yeah, I mean, it's sort of how we all felt about Donald Trump. Like, okay, we knew that 45 days ago Cruz was still in it, but you know that Trump is going to be the nominee. That's how it works with these things. Like, there's a 1 in a billion chance that the the U.S. Anti-Dumping Agency fucked up, but like I said, 1 in a billion. So it's not going to happen. He tested positively.
Yeah.
What Hunt came out, he actually had some pretty provocative things to say. I wish we could play the audio of it because it was great. He went on Fox Sports Australia on live TV. They did not have a censor ready for him, and I don't think he realized that he was going on live TV. And he said, "I told Dana I want to release from the UFC. Fuck this shit. If they don't sort it out, bullshit. I'm gone. I want every penny that he was supposed to earn. That guy didn't earn it. They threw me in there with a fucking steroid freak, and he could have killed me. This is bullshit. They're ruining the sport, and I don't know what to do anymore." I mean, he just threw it out there. Does anybody here disagree? John, do you disagree with what he had to say?
I have one bit. It is. It's going to ruin the sport. This type of shit. If you bring somebody, sorry, Dom, let me just finish my thought, and then the floor is yours. If you bring somebody into this sport from another sport, regardless of the fact that he fought before, but if you're bringing guys in as guests like that, and then they do shit like this, especially with all the shit that he's been talking about, wanting to get back, and you know, all the shit he talked about sponsors back in the day, and you know, I drink Coors Light because Bud Light wouldn't pay me, and you know, shit like that. I'm sorry, he lost all credibility, and it sucks to watch because I was really rooting for the guy because I thought he could have been the guy that brought the heavyweight back, made me want to care about it again. And it is, of course there's a little bit of resentment because I kind of feel like, I felt like I trusted the guy, and it was, I feel like he broke my heart. That's what I'm trying to say.
And John, to piggyback on that,
what I'm trying not to do is make that give me, the wrong lens in my glasses when I'm trying to determine, okay, what needs to happen. The fact of the matter is, the guy cheated. He never deserved to be in the ring. He doesn't deserve a penny of what he got. And I think that Hunt is exactly right.
And to piggyback on that, John, you know what it says to me is it says if Lesnar's going to do that, he's going to take all this time off and then come back in. And quite frankly, personally, I don't think Lesnar is at UFC 200 if McGregor is still headlining the card. I don't think that they bring in Lesnar. I think they brought in Lesnar last minute because they realized, oh shit, we need to put something together here. And thank God they did, because if with Cormier and Jones falling through, oh my gosh, this would have been the biggest disappointment in history. But that being said, I take it as a slight, as disrespect to the sport and the fans that Lesnar came in and did that. You use the right word. He's a fucking part-timer. The guy comes in, he gets the biggest paycheck in UFC history.
As a part-timer.
As a part-timer. As a fucking part-timer. And he doesn't do it the right way. Horseshit. Say what you want to about Conor McGregor and how he goes out there and he makes it more about himself than anything else. The motherfucker's going to show up for 3 fights a year, not a fight every 6 years. Fuck you, Brock.
So, I used to be...
Brock Lesnar, Lou?
Is Arian Foster still available?
Good callback. What were you going to say, Dom?
Well, I was going to say that I used to very much respect Brock Lesnar until the doping scandal broke, because I liked... he just seemed like some farm boy, honestly. Some monster farm boy.
That's what he was. That's what he is. He's a farm boy from South Dakota who was just a genetic fucking freak who was a gigantic kid. That's what he was.
Yeah, and I am so disappointed because he didn't look like a guy who doped, both like personally and like he didn't have like the overly toned steroid muscle, you know what I mean? And to just find out that he did, it was heartbreaking, honestly. But as for Dana White and his sort of bringing in part-timers and them doing shit like this, and then the whole purse debacle, I've always been a proud touter of the Dana White is garbage banner, and I'm holding it high today, so that's what I have to say about him.
And people like me who have been on the opposite side of the field from you, who have said, no, he's not garbage. The guy made the sport what it is today. Yeah, he's made some stupid decisions, but we have him to thank for it. I don't have any counter for you right now. Yeah, you're right. He's garbage. You win this one. That's fine. I have nothing I can say to defend Dana White right now.
But here's the thing. Isn't this exactly why he put this with the USADA? Because now he can wash his hands of it and say, look.
He's free of it. He's free of it. You're right.
I had nothing to do with it. These guys knew they were getting tested by the USADA. I have nothing to do with this. He can walk away from this scot-free, but it's starting to create resentment in me that this keeps happening, especially because I keep touting how good this can be and how awesome this sport is, and they keep making all the mistakes that all the other sports have already made, and you hope people start to learn from this shit. Well, you hope a sport like UFC comes along and has learned from the fact that we had to put baseball players in front of Congress to have a discussion about performance-enhancing drugs. Yeah, and I don't know why the discussion's being lost.
Well, the thing is, history is a vicious cycle, and sports is no exception. Unfortunately, people are going to keep making the same mistakes because they're chasing the short-term gains. They don't have a vision for the bigger picture. And I don't think Dana White's necessarily guilty of that, but I think the athletes who dope are. They're not looking at the larger vision of the sport itself. And also, I'm just super. I've never liked the I've liked the direction that the UFC has gone in general, but the fact that so many problems have sprung up along the way really stunk of mismanagement to me, and that's why I always didn't like Dana White. And I think all my fears are being confirmed right now. And the other thing is, this whole using the ADA it seems almost like a Contra scandal move, You know, Reagan, you know, putting it off on. I'm gonna get
maybe a little heavy-handed as far as implications are concerned, but not wrong as far as model, I think. So go on.
Yeah, I think, you know, I don't think he knew, but I think he had a suspicion and he put it off, and it's not my problem, you know. That Marine general was the one selling the weapons.
Right.
You know, it always reeked of me from something like that.
That's great.
Also, I'm gonna get some huge flack from my buddy Dave for criticizing Reagan. So.
Well, fuck Dave. Reagan was garbage, and he hurt the country more than Dave could ever hope to help something. Ooh. So, yeah, Dave, you're awful. I don't know Dave. I have no reason to hate Dave.
Well, you should.
So the last thing that I want to talk about, and I'm sorry that Lou, for some reason, has abandoned us because he's garbage. He's garbage as Dave. Dave and Lou, 2016, and then underneath their names in 2016 it just says, "We're garbage." I guess vote for us. Anyways.
Do you know what's not garbage, though, Jake?
What's not garbage?
That amazing artwork.
Oh yeah.
That is your thumbnail. That is not garbage.
It is. I had more hair when Lou's lady friend wanted us to. She wanted to help out, and she drew me, and she's gonna draw all the guys, and she's fantastic. She deserves all the praise in the world.
Update. I left because I heard a bang down in my kitchen.
Sure.
And what it was when the pit bull got onto the stove and knocked the macaroni and cheese off the counter.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. I was just cleaning it up. Typically, if she knocked something down, she'd eat it. She knocked that shit down and said, "No, I'm good," and she didn't eat it. So, Tom Brady.
That is impressive.
This dog's favorite snack is cat shit. She didn't eat. She didn't eat your macaroni and cheese. Hey, Tom, take it back to the drawing board, buddy.
That's pretty fantastic.
Also, my buddy CJ says that you should probably check your kitchen for Tom Brady because he was probably trying to steal your macaroni and sleaze. But
he can have it. He can have it. The dog doesn't want it. I don't feel good after running that much and yelling. I don't know how far y'all got down the rabbit hole, but if y'all want to have a quick, speaking of pay, because y'all talked about how Cormier actually ended up getting, he was originally going to walk away with a fight purse, and to give everybody an idea how it works in the UFC, if you don't know, Brock Lesnar walked away with the biggest fight purse in history of $2.5 million. That's his guaranteed. That's like your signing bonus. That's to say, okay, I will be there on XYZ day, on July 18th, I will be in Houston, Texas. Give me $2.5 million. Yes, Patriot, it's a Browns jersey. It's a Johnny Manziel jersey. It's a joke. That's your fight purse. Brock Lesnar actually walked away when you factor in things like his win bonus, when you factor in things like, because he walked away with $500,000 for that, when you factor in things like his pay-per-view buy and his gate buy, because everybody, depending on where you are on the card, gets a cut of what comes in. Brock Lesnar walked away with about $8 million for this fight. Daniel Cormier.
Wait, hold on. Can they take the money from him in this scenario? Because he failed his
if the check is cleared, he's fucking gone. He doesn't have a contract with UFC. So that's what they're trying to figure out right now. But like, for example, Daniel Cormier. Cormier was originally going to make a fight purse of $1 million being in the main event. He gets bumped down $500,000. Anderson Silva gets $600,000. The old piece of shit who'd been sitting at, which, granted, Anderson Silva, greatest fighter of all time, I understand that. But old broken down fucking man made $100,000 more. Now, Cormier ended up making a $500,000 bonus because he won the fight, so he still made $1 million. But if he would have beat John Jones for that, or if he just would have beat Silva for that and made what Dana White told the whole world on the Colin Cowherd show he was going to make, he would have made $1.5 million. Instead, he walks away with only $1 million. That being said, I can't be that upset about it because Daniel Cormier, turns out, he's the greatest person of all time. He was quoted as saying, "Hey, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, it's just $500,000. That's silly. But me and my family are very financially responsible. We'll make it through this, and we'll be able to live off this money for a long time. We're very blessed, and we're going to make this money go the distance." God, why do you have to be such a good guy? Say, fuck Dana White, man. Go out there and just throw something. Go out there and get angry, dude. It turns out he's the best person ever, you know. He's just a great guy.
Make it like pro wrestling where he comes in and just smashes Dana White's head into a table.
He drives a Zamboni down to the octagon and gets and it just clotheslines Dana White and gets a beer truck and just squirts beer everywhere. No, but where I was going with this was the payout. So let's take a look at the payout for everybody. Now this is just fight purses and win bonuses. This does not include pay-per-view cuts. This does not include gate cuts on what everybody made. But let's take a look and give you guys a little impromptu session. If you're new here, we have a part of our show called Mo Money, Mo Mozgov, where we talk about Timothy Mozgov, the 75th worst center in the NBA last year, who was signed for $16 million a year for the next 4 years by the Lakers, and things in sports that are far superior to him, but take home far less money than him. So if you guys wanted to take a guess without looking at it, what do you think was the total base purse and winning and winners' purses taken home by every single contestant on the prelim show?
How many people fight? Is that
24.
Hold on. Do you count out loud by going?
Yeah, that's how I count.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like
Like Johnny Manziel, for example, had a passer rating of.
It just sounds like a little downsy, like just a smidge of downs, not like full blown. Like you still have the same amount of chromosomes, but like just a sprinkle, you know.
So basically, so I sounded like Louisiana, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
it sounded kind of like he was
wait, how many
getting
people
like.
did you say? I lost it. Like 20 something.
Well, I have to count now. So hold on, let me start over.
You see, to me it sounds more like legitimately pressing
Okay,
against
so
his
20,
tape.
so 24 people were on this show.
24 people? No
So
way.
24
okay,
people.
Okay, so judging based upon the highest people, wow, that's probably like $15 million.
Yeah.
Okay, John, why don't you take a shot?
I would have said 13 and a half.
Okay, and Dom?
50?
50?
15.
15. Wow.
Okay,
you know what you guys all need to do? You guys all need to go to the MMA fighters and say, hey guys, let's walk out on Dana and fucking unionize. Because if they would have made $15 million, that would have been fucking great. These guys with their purses, just winnings purses and signing purses, not their actual walk away, what they get from the pay-per-view buys and all that. $6.9 million is what was paid out.
6.9. How much did Brock Lesnar make just the purse?
2.5.
He made over a quarter.
He made a quarter of the winnings. Yeah,
He made a quarter
of what everybody.
a third, actually.
Well, you gotta consider you've got situations like, for example, let me pull up for the women's. Okay, Miesha Tate, $500,000. You've got Amanda Nunes. She was fighting for 108. You know, that shows you what happens when you're holding the strap. That shows you the kind of money difference you're going to make. She made nearly 5 times the amount that she did. The point being, $6.9 million is what combined. You had some guys on there, like, for example, Sage Northcutt only got paid $50,000 because he's fucking gorgeous. He doesn't need the money.
He's just naturally above us. We can't help him more.
Like he goes to the grocery store and he tries to check out and they're like, oh, you don't need to pay, honey. Just go. I just want to watch you walk slowly to your car. I just want to watch you. Just
Sage
go
Northcutt
and
is dreamy. Everyone
fucking
Google
gorgeous.
Sage Northcutt.
But my point is, and guys like Travis Brown. Travis Brown gets knocked out in the first round by Cain Velasquez. He's only walking out with $150,000 to get his brains fucking smashed in. Timothy Mozgov, I'm talking to you, buddy. If there is a God, it loves you so much. Yeah. And you need to be the most religious person in the world because it loves you.
Just
it lets
them
people.
All. It's obviously working.
One of them's going to work, like the guy in The Mummy who's held up every different religion and said, and prayed to every god. Guess what? Mummy didn't kill him. He won. So
that's why I'm surprised you love Mozgov so much. I'm surprised you haven't turned your jersey around, worn it backward. As an homage, Lou. By the way, CJ Carbone guessed 7.5, so he wins the day.
Yeah, so $6.9 million. This to me is the biggest example, and I mean, guys, one of the biggest guys behind it has been T.J. Dillashaw for a number of years, a bantamweight who I absolutely love, former champ, has been saying for years, I don't know why the fuck we're not unionized yet. We're the fastest growing sport. There's no reason for us not to be unionized, and I absolutely agree. There's no reason for UFC fighters not to be unionized.
They're gonna be under new management now. Now, they should now create a fighters union now. and because they need you at this point. Like Dana White and the other ones, they kind of had some clout, if you will.
They were building the sport. Yeah.
Right. These guys, these new people, you owe nothing to them. Like, you can start now and be like, okay, here's the minimum purse for fights 1 through 5, and then move that up, and then you can have brackets. I think fights 1 through 5, 50 grand sounds fine. I think because some people wash out real quick, and you don't want to pay them tons of money. But as soon
with guys like T.J. Dillashaw, he said in the past, "Hey, look, it's not my pay that I'm worried about. I'm going home." When you consider his endorsements, when you consider all the different things that he wears to the ring, and when you consider his winnings and his purses, he's going home with about $4 or $5 million a year, even if he's not the champion. That's not the problem. His deal is, you treat me like an employee because I'm not allowed to go fight for Risen. I'm not allowed to go fight for. I can't go fight for Bellator. I have to only fight for you. I have to tell you where I am 24 hours a day just in case the U.S. anti-doping agency shows up on my front door and wants to drug test me. I have to tell you everything that I'm putting in my body constantly, and you don't give me health care? No, fuck that. That's bullshit. You're going to make me take a piss test every 6 weeks, but you're not going to pay for me and my family if my little boy falls down the stairs and breaks his ankle. And that's my issue. The fact that these guys are treated like employees but don't get the benefits of employees, that's the thing that kills me.
They're like private contractors right now, right?
They're like private contractors, but a private contractor can go work for me on my house, and he can go work for my neighbor on his house in the same neighborhood.
That's a weird exclusivity clause that I'm not a... It's strange that they have a contract like that.
Yeah. Another thing is that I wholeheartedly agree with Lou on everything he says, which is weird because usually Lou is wrong. But
I was gonna say, don't just give him a compliment.
Yeah, it's got to be backhanded.
He'll start thinking he'll start thinking he's people.
Right, and you're certainly not people, Lou. Not yet.
Anyhow, but I just wanted to add, it's also the level of athleticism of UFC fighters that is incredibly high. UFC fighters, just to maintain a weight, make sure that make sure that an athlete is maintaining a weight, going on a certain diet trend, learning skills and techniques.
You're right.
It's kind of insane that how low they're paid for the level of athleticism they undertake compared to other professional sports. That's
like Timothy Mozgov.
And you know what the thing is that drives me
10 minutes of cardio 70 times a year.
Well, you know what drives me fucking crazy about Timothy Mozgov? He can go put on a backwards jersey and can appear in a local sports bar commercial. It doesn't matter what it is. Or he can be in a strip club commercial. Or he can go get on Pornhub if he wants to. There's nothing in the NBA Players Association that says that he can't go out and find extra forms of money like that. UFC guys, can they still have endorsements? Sure they can, but they have to be cleared by the UFC. So if Brock Lesnar, let's give a better example. If T.J. Dillashaw wants to go get a deal with Nike, if Nike says, hey, bro, we're going to give you $10 million a year to wear Nike, oh, you can't because UFC just signed a deal with Reebok. Even though in the NBA, or a better example, in the NFL, they all have to wear Nike jerseys, Cam Newton is still an Under Armour guy and will wear Under Armour in commercials and to personal appearances and stuff, and the NFL can't say dick about it. Dana White can tell T.J. Dillashaw, you ain't wearing Nike, you're wearing Reebok. That's horseshit. I think that's
Nike
fair.
And all that shit. Fuck UFC. It's over. UFC talk over. Nike and this sort of thing has actually been very interesting. If you guys haven't seen, and I'll share the screen with you, gentlemen. Check it out. This is the U.S. men's basketball team this year, and if you'll notice, all the people whose shoes you can see, they're all Nikes, right?
Yeah.
They have hidden 3 of the players' shoes from sight due to the lack of brand recognition. Klay Thompson signed a deal with Anta. If you're not familiar, he has the KT Control shoes from Anta. And Kyle Lowry and Harrison Barnes over here both go through Adidas. And so the Nike... I don't know what it is, but someone from Nike, I assume because they sponsor Team USA, is hiding other people's shoes from the fucking pictures. Like, they play in those shoes. We see them way more on the court than we do in the pictures. Why does it matter? And it's not like a conspiracy. Okay, this isn't just like it happens to have worked out this way. Check this out. Now we're gonna go down here and we're gonna check. Oops, that's the link. I want to open the picture.
So the chat is very Nike centric at the moment. So
yeah, well, fuck them. Hold on.
This.
Check this out. So this is everyone's wearing Nikes, right? Boop, 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 boop. Guess whose shoes are blocked? Does anyone know who Dwight Howard's shoe is? It's Adidas, and Coach K sat right there and they made him fucking block his shoe.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, so this is what happens. And by the way, Dwayne Wade would be blocked now too, because he goes through I can't remember. It's a Chinese company, and the name is escaping.
Diwi or something, or Yinwi or something weird like that.
I'll find it in a second. But he has the Way of Wade shoes now. But yeah, so it's just man, it's just one of those things where, come on, Nike, it's fine. We know that they wear other shoes. It's okay. It doesn't matter. I don't know if it's a we don't want to get sued thing. But it sure is silly. It's Team USA, not Team Nike.
Can you go back to that? Can you go back to that first picture that you showed, Jake?
Honestly, USA is pretty synonymous with vacuous, faceless corporations at this point. So maybe it's a really good representation. You never know.
It quite possibly could be. And by the way, it's Li Ning, the Dwayne Wade shoe company. But yeah, here it is.
Okay, see, this is weird. If you go to that picture right there, take a look at Jake's screen, everybody. If you go to that picture, you see over on the left. I could have sworn Jimmy Butler was a 2, but apparently he plays in the paint as a 5 because he is boxing out. He is boxing out those other shoes so well right there. Look at him. He is not letting anyone get into the paint.
Yeah. It was pretty genius. To whatever photographer was there.
And I wonder if Lowry's sitting there like, I wonder why I'm over here. Shouldn't I be in the center? No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
Kevin Durant is in the center.
No, I mean just further towards the center. And isn't Klay Thompson like, man, what's going on? Why am I not up front? I want to show everybody my nice new shoes.
He's the sort of white guy. You can't have him up front. That'd be weird.
That'd be racist.
He's sort of, well, Del Curry's his dad, but his mom's like super white. Although I guess isn't she hot? Like, isn't she a MILF?
Yeah. Why is DeAndre Jordan wearing a leather jacket like he just got off of a motorcycle? Go back to that real quick.
Hold on, Sonia Curry. Yeah,
she's all right. Yeah.
That's Del Curry. Why did I say Del Curry? I'm silly.
I think Del
Curry is Steph Curry's mom is not also Klay Thompson's mom. I don't know. I don't know.
They are the Splash Brothers.
I'm silly.
But look at that. DeAndre Jordan, why are you wearing a leather jacket?
Because he's got to be edgy with kids.
I guess.
Real quick.
He's got bad knees, so I guess he's like House.
Oh yeah, she was hot back in the day. We'll give you a little. This is like straight up like Stifler's mom business right here.
Oh, you talking about Odell?
Dude, that's Klay Thompson's mom.
Oh wow.
No, that's actually his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh. This is his mom. His mom is Kris Jenner. Look at that.
Oh.
Or Caitlyn. God damn it.
Jenner.
The one with the dick.
It goes back and forth. It like one
is this
day.
Klay Thompson? No, that's not Klay Thompson. That's Drake.
What race are Drake's parents? Oh wow.
What race are Drake's parents? A 1980s, a retired 1980s white porn star and a 1970s blaxploitation film actor. Or Drake's parents. Anyways, so I thought that was interesting that Team Nike has their USA shoes. Like, come on, why don't they just wear non-branded shoes then? Why don't they just wear, like, for my NBA 2K peeps, 2K generics?
Yeah. Those were the shit, man.
Yeah, you know it. You know it. Does anyone remember? Any of you guys play NBA 2K back in the day? They had a shoe creator. And it was the most garbage thing ever.
I imagine it was.
It was so hilarious.
You
could make whatever shoes you wanted, and they were just always ugly no matter what you tried to do.
Yeah.
I would love to see a company just say, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mortgage the factory 2 times, 3 times, 4 times to pay to be on Team USA. I would want to see like LA Lights sponsor the Team USA, or or fucking or Heelys or something like that. Or some
They're just gliding across the court.
Or do you remember what were those skater shoes?
Are
Soaps?
Heelys even still around? I thought they went out of business out of
or Crocs. I want to see Crocs sponsor Team USA.
Crocs
so
sponsoring
bad.
Team USA would be the greatest thing of all time, and it probably would kill myself because it wouldn't get better.
That would be great.
Well, what about those? You remember those?
Someone in the chat said Vans. No,
not Vans.
No.
Soaps are what I'm talking about. Those shoes that had like a grinding or like a.
Well, I just wanted
the K Swiss with the color changing tongue. That's what you want.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember, and the non-threatening black kid was in the commercial.
No, I do not remember.
Every white kid's like, "Oh, black people wear K Swiss. I guess those are trendy."
No,
anyway,
I don't remember.
Does anyone have anything else to say before we stop? Because we could be done whenever
Dana
now.
White. I was right, Lou was wrong.
Wow. About what? Just Dana White in general?
Yes.
Crocs will not actually get you pussy. I support this.
I didn't know. It was a common misconception going around in the chat. I thought I had to correct it.
I did not know that was a claim that anybody ever made. Like,
oh yeah,
I didn't know Crocs ever put that in a commercial. Like, hey, by the way, you don't get laid.
You will get so laid if you wear Crocs because you're so comfortable that you have all the confidence. And you're like, hey, baby, how about you and I do the intercourse?
And then she'll be like, okay, and then look down at your feet and
realize, wow, crack is really making me make bad decisions.
Who?
Still wears
the woman
during the sex.
The woman or the guy who bought the Crocs?
The woman.
Both.
Okay. That chef. Mario Batali. He wears Crocs. I think he gets laid, or he makes pasta. That's the same thing.
Basically. Also,
my pasta sounded like it.
They want us to mention in the chat KD going to the Warriors. I think we've already
talked about that. You guys are garbage. Pay attention.
Yeah, I think that was called June. Is what that month was called.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ouch.
I think we're done with that.
Yeah. Now they're bringing up Olive Garden. Jesus. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, we already talked about that. That was. Let me look at the episode. I don't know what episode it was. It was. Lou's sermon is available. Man, I don't know. I have no idea when that was.
Mr. Patriot asks, "Are the Colts overrated?" I didn't know the Colts were highly rated.
Yeah, well, are they?
Was anybody highly rating them? Really?
I thought they were like 9 games at best.
RTP number 8 is the answer to the question, and it is right here. I can't put it in there. There it is. You go watch that, people. I'm not fucking talking about Kevin Durant again. Lazy bastards. Or am I the lazy bastard? Anyways,
John, I've gotten a hand job after Olive Garden before.
That's awful, dude. Okay, one thing before we close the show, I have to speak out against hand jobs. I am way better at giving myself a hand job than anybody else ever will be or ever could be. Like, my hand knows exactly what to do, and before I even know I want it, hand does it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we're on this some level that just no one else could ever get to. Hand jobs are awkward. Hand jobs are super awkward. Don't you can touch it and stuff, but don't just do that. Don't ever. This is like putting the key in the ignition and never driving the car. Like, don't do that. It's not fun for anyone. I have to pretend I want this. Your arm's gonna get tired because I'm not getting there for a long time. I'm not 13, so.
This is some weird new level of backhanded compliment.
It's not a compliment. Don't give me a hand job.
This is not a compliment. This is a public service announcement.
It is. No, it's dead serious. Don't fucking do it.
Also, the chat is very triggered that you assume genders, by the way.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't like dudes. If you want to fuck dudes, fuck all the dudes. Just make sure they have your consent. Then that's just rape. Don't rape dudes.
Don't rape dudes.
Don't rape anybody.
I think that's our quote of the night right there.
Don't rape dudes too.
good place to end on.
So yeah, someone wants Fernando. I'm not doing it, Julian. I'm not your fucking monkey. Anyways, does anyone else want to say anything? Because we can totally be done.
I'm gonna go vomit.
Actually, I do have one.
Oh, John's got a thing.
One final question.
Okay.
I just need to know: is Arian Foster still available?